Hi everybody, I'm Jamie Miller and I'm here to share my Scratch project with you. So this is what my project looks like, and it's about the coordinate plane. So you click the green arrow, it starts, and then once it goes to this screen you can press space bar. I kept forgetting that step, so I had to write it for the sprite to say it. So you press the space bar and you add in a coordinate that you want, an x coordinate, so let's say 50, and a y coordinate of 50, and then it shows where that coordinate is. Then you press the space bar again, and you can try it again with a different coordinate. Okay, now it works the right way this time. So space bar, and then let's say 150 and 200, where it graphs it. I don't know why I did it delayed the first time. Okay, so inside my Scratch project, um, this. This is what my project looks like. So um, the sprite here is doing a couple of different things, mostly talking, showing the directions in the beginning. So it's using that event to do those things, and then it changes to the new screen, and then it does the broadcast event too. So when that sprite receives the message that the graphed coordinate is done, then it does a little dance and dances back and forth. And then the ball sprite is a little bit more involved. So it has a couple of different events. The event of when in the beginning the ball doesn't show, so it's hidden until the space bar is clicked or until it moves to the new screen. It also has a change in screens. So it shows when the new screen comes on, and then it shows where to go. And then the control for that is forever. So every single time that happens, you can play it again. Every single time that happens, it continues to set the ball in the same place in the X, or at the origin, in the XY origin. And then we have here the backdrop switching. And when this backdrop switches, I also have that as an event that forever it is set up to have a loop so that you can continue to add new coordinates every single time and try new coordinates in different um, areas of the graph. So in there, I have a variable, and the variables I set up are X and Y, obviously. And so for each of those, I have it set up so that you can give it a value and then the ball will move to that value. So each time you can change to a new value for those variables, X and Y. And let's see what else. Down here, when you receive the message, so this is with the broadcast message. So when you receive the message that there's a graphed coordinate and that it's finished, then the clapping happens. Not supposed to be delayed like it showed, but the clapping happens, and then the ball goes back to 0, 0. So you can start over and try a new one. So the sprite that, let's see, is that everything I wanted to talk about? Okay, and then I was just going to mention too that in the event that when I was creating this originally, I had come up with some issues and I had to do some debugging because my sprite was making movements continuously, and so I had to do some things with the broadcast events and the idea that I wanted the sprite to do certain things at certain times. So there was some debugging that went on there, and I definitely used some help with other projects to see what other people did in those situations. And it was difficult because I knew what I wanted in my head, but I didn't really quite know how to execute it. So I probably would add a little bit more to this in the future because I will use something similar to this for my sixth graders. What I would have liked to do is have these numbers on here be a little bit smaller, but I played around with that and it was kind of difficult to do with the variable being the coordinate plane being as big as it is. So I don't know, I'd probably do some research on that to figure out how I could get smaller numbers for reference points for sixth graders. So that is my project. Thank you.